Today is March 29th and it's about 9 o'clock in the morning-ish. And today I'm going to tell you all about my new car. So if you've been following along, you know that I hit a raccoon a couple weeks ago maybe, and it kind of messed up my old car. It was a 2013 Nissan Altima and it had 125,000 miles on it. So it was about time. You know, it wasn't worth the amount of work that it needed. Now, people had bad things to say about Nissan, but we had two Nissans. One was the 2013 Altima, the other 2017 Pathfinder with 118,000 miles on it. And we've not had any issues with either of them. So I don't know if we just got lucky or if the transmission issues are just not as bad as everyone makes them seem. But either way, we had no issues. We thought about getting another Nissan, but I asked a lot of people. I asked around, and the general consensus from everyone that I talked to said Honda, Toyota, and Subarus are like the best. I need a reliable car with the least amount of maintenance needed. I don't want to work on my car. I don't want to have to worry about my car. So I asked around. That's what I was told. I've been shopping around for a while. I wanted to get a Dodge Charger. I wanted to get a Mustang at one point. You know, I thought about a lot of different things. So anyway, today's Saturday. So on Wednesday, we checked out of Terra. If you haven't seen that video yet, I will link it down below. We checked out Wednesday, and then directly, like from there, went straight to a Honda dealership. I was told a Honda Accord. I wanted to try a Civic too, because I was looking for something a little bit smaller, you know, just to commute to and from work. We already have the Pathfinder as like a bigger family vehicle. So I just needed a smaller commuter car, you know, just to go to and from work every day. And the other thing I really wanted was a sunroof. I was unsure at first, you know, I went back and forth, but I kept coming back to it. I think partially because I really wanted a convertible. That truck was terrifying. So I really wanted a convertible, but I didn't want the maintenance that came with the actual like convertible top. I heard so many things, and I talked about this in other videos too, so I'm not going to go too deep into it, but I did not want the maintenance that came with the convertible top. So then I thought about the sunroof, right? And like the Accord, you could find almost any car I was looking at had, you know, like a little sunroof at least. So we went directly from Terra straight to Honda. We had all of our stuff in the back of the Pathfinder already. We had the kids, everything. And we're like, we'll just go look, right? And we'll go home if we need to, or, you know, whatever. We spent 9 hours, I think. Yeah, from about 11 a.m. till 8, a little after 8, so a little over 9 hours at dealerships. We started at Honda, where I tried an Accord, because that was the one I was told had like the most room, was the most luxurious of the Hondas, the most spacious, whole thing, right? And I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure. Like, I went into the dealership, I said, this is the car I want. I found it online. I said, this is it. I want to test drive this car. So they pulled it up and we test drove it, and I was like, it just feels not like mine. Like, I don't get that feeling. So I tried like this cute little Civic. I liked the color. And then same thing. I got out of it and I was like, I just don't get that feeling, right? And the salesman was like, what feeling are you talking about? And I was like, you're a car guy. You know the feeling I'm talking about. You sit down in a car, you're like, oh, this is my car. Like, this is, you know, I love this. I'm comfortable. I want to drive this all the time. And I was like, okay, so we're going to go have lunch. We haven't eaten yet. We're going to go process, think about it, see what we think, and we'll come back. So then we went to the Toyota dealership, which was right across the street. And I've heard so many good things about Toyota RAV4. A few friends of mine have them, love them. So that's the one I went in. I found it online, same thing. I said, this is the car I want to test drive. So they went, they got it, we test drove it. It was like the top of the line, premium, like it had I think it's the JBL speakers, and it had like the leather seats and the automatic lift gate and like all the things, right? And it was great. It was fantastic. And if it was a white car or like a lighter color, like a silver, we would have bought that car. But it was black. And my husband has always said he owned a black car one time and would never do it again in Florida. So I looked it up, and yeah, sure enough, black cars can be 40 degrees hotter than white cars. So like 160 to 180 degrees on a hot day. Like, that's insane. I'm not like, especially without remote start and everything else. So I was like, if it wasn't black, I would get it. Because I loved it. It was great. Like, driving it felt good. But it was black, so we skipped it. The last make that I'd always heard so much about was Subaru. Now, we watch Tampa J. That's one of our like main YouTubers that we watch, and he recently got into a car accident in his Subaru Crosstrek, and he could not say enough good things about the Crosstrek, about Subaru in general, about how safe it is and how amazing it is. So there was a Subaru right there also, and we had talked about skipping it. We said, let's drive to this Toyota dealership all the way in Lakeland that has a RAV4 in white, and we'll go get that one. And then we're like, let's just go to Nissan, because we've had good luck with Nissan. Let's just go test drive, you know, one of their like mid-size cars. And I was like, let's stop at Subaru on the way just to check it off the list. We'll make sure, you know, that it's not for us, right? So we go to Subaru. I walk in, and the first thing I see is like a picture of a dog on the window with like wheelchair legs. And I was like, so apparently they donate to charity and all this stuff, and they're all about animals and family and love and all of this. So automatically right there, I loved it. Also in the waiting room, they had a big screen, a big TV playing a movie for the kids. They also had like a little kids table where they could draw, or books for them to read, or paint. They had like big gallons of paint for the kids to be able to paint, like with little pots, little plant pots. So the whole time, my daughter was able to paint a little pot while she waited for us to do the paperwork and to do like test drives and, you know, everything else. They also had a propagation wall for plants, right? So they had like little vials of water with the propagated plants in them. And it was basically like, hey, if you want a plant to take home, just let us know. And then they had like aquaponics station over on the wall and stuff, growing plants. They have a dog park. We don't have a dog, but I appreciate the sentiment. Like, they had a little dog park for owners with dogs. They could bring them, and like, it is so family friendly. And then a bunch of their cars were on display with, there was one with like a camper, like a tent on top with a ladder that led to it. It was fantastic. Like, everything that we're about, you know, was in this showroom, was in the dealership. Like, it was fantastic. So automatically I loved that. And then the guy took me out to see the Crosstrek, which is like the little one that I wanted, and was telling me all the safety features with, I forgot the name of the bar, but there's a bar that goes through the backseat doors for like side impacts. You know, it protects the passengers, which I love, for the kids being in the back. And then how the engine is like designed to go underneath the seats if you get into a head-on collision instead of straight back into you. You know, all these different things. And then I've heard good things about the engine, you know, about it lasting, you know, you keep oil in it, low maintenance, whole thing. Fantastic. So it was a really pretty blue icy color, and I loved this Crosstrek. And then we're walking around the lot. We see a Forester, which is like a little bit smaller than our Pathfinder, right? And we're like, oh, how much is this? Like, what's the difference in this? You know, the Crosstrek had like a little sunroof too, you know, perfect for me. But we're looking at this Forester, and it has a giant, like a panoramic sunroof. Like, look at this thing. Spoiler, I bought the Forester, but look at this. It's amazing. And then the windows are ginormous. So when you roll down the windows and you open the sunroof, it's like a convertible with the bars. It's fantastic. It's like the best of both worlds here. So I get the safety of Subaru, the low maintenance of the engine, a giant sunroof, and a backup family car if the Pathfinder goes. Like, the Pathfinder has 118,000 miles, so who knows how long it's gonna last if anything happens to it, you know, whatever. So we had our eyes on this Forester, right? And then our salesman was like, oh, well, this couple's kind of looking at that. They might buy that. And then he was like, hold on, and he disappears. comes back and he said, I just got this 2023 Forester in. It's white and it has 13,000 miles on it. The guy brought it back because he wanted to upgrade to the 2025 or whatever. And he's like, it's super clean, no issues. The guy took really good care of it. It's got like the tow package on it already, you know, all these things. And we're like, let's test drive it. Is it in our budget? Like, let's run the numbers. So we test drove it. Loved the sunroof. Loved everything about it. It drives so smooth. So much different than the Altima. And ran the numbers. It was in our budget. We got the gap insurance with it. We got like the bumper to bumper coverage up to 100,000 miles. So if anything happens, you know, like we're set. And I'm so relieved. Like, it was stressful. If you watched my other videos, I was stressed trying to pick a car. But I've got my Forester now. I have got my sunroof now. We're gonna open this up. But look at that. Look at that light. It whites me out a little bit, but hey, it's worth it. I love it. Like, it just lets the sun in. You're not so like constricted. Anyway, if and when the Pathfinder goes, that's when I'll get my little commuter car. I might get a Charger. I might get a Mustang. Who knows at this point? Honestly, I'd probably just go for another Subaru because I loved it so much. You know, I love the dealership, and like I'm hooked on the type of company that they are. So as long as they don't screw it up, they've got a customer. Anyway, I'm gonna go for now. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow.